Yes.
They're called hipsturbias, and they're the latest trend in real estate. Hipsturbias are areas that offer the 24/7 lifestyle of city living in the suburbs. Here now to discuss what hipsturbias mean for the future of housing in Arizona, we welcome real estate agent Melisa Camp. Welcome to Arizona Horizon. Good to have you here.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Give me a better definition of hipsturbia.
It's kind of it's like almost a compound word. You've got hipster at the front and you've got suburbia at the back. Combine the two and you've got hipsturbia.
Okay, so the hipsters are looking for coffee shops and walking to brew pubs, but 24/7 lifestyle. They got it in a lot of downtown areas. Now they want it in the suburbs.
Absolutely. And you said the key word there being walkable. Okay, so first we have to have a major city to be the hub, and then we're going to have a suburb that is drawing people out of the city and to the suburbs, but they still want the same amenities of the city. They don't want to completely leave the city, but maybe the city's not the best place for millennials to be raising their kids. And millennials are the largest portion of buyers out there, so they're really the driving force behind this movement.
Well, and we've done many shows on, what do millennials want, and when are they going to leave home? When are they going to get married? When are they going to start raising kids?
Absolutely.
When they're starting to do this, and this is what they want, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're in our prime childbearing years, and I can say that because I'm an old millennial, and we want to have walkable communities where we can walk our dog, walk to the yoga studio, leave the car at home, leave it optional, We want great restaurants, we want entertainment and arts, and just a dynamic lifestyle. For us, it's more of how we're living rather than about the house or the property. It's really a lifestyle choice.
Brooklyn, New York seems like it's the template for this. It was kind of lodestar, the first to go along these lines. As far as the valley is concerned, Tempe seems like an obvious choice.
Absolutely. We've got Arizona State University. It's the largest employer in Tempe. We're hiring very academic-based jobs, and so we're drawing a lot of talent into Tempe. A lot of people want to live here. We've got State Farm and other large industries that have jobs, and so people want to be close to their jobs. They don't want to be driving all the way out to the Santan Valley and sitting in traffic all day to come to work. We would rather spend time with our families and enjoying our loved ones or doing things that we appreciate rather than sitting in
traffic.
Lots of traffic.
Yeah. So other areas of the valley that might be hipsturbish.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the first things that came to my mind was the corner of Central and Camelback. There's been a lot of redevelopment in that area, and once the commercial mixed use came in, then we started getting the real estate that we're going to follow it, and the other businesses that were coming. They're seeing other businesses being successful. Lou Malinati's was one of the anchors at that Camelback crossing, and there's some other big anchors there drawing other business too.
So again, obviously that's in the city of Phoenix, but it's not in the downtown area, so it's suburban kinda.
Kind of. Yeah. It's mixed use. Again, you've got residential and you've got commercial in the same neighborhood.
Yes. Other areas that come to mind? I think Gilbert might be, but is Gilbert 24/7? Is it 24/7?
Yeah, I don't want to say Gilbert's 24/7 yet, but it's definitely appealing. They've got excellent schools for people that are bringing up kids, excellent public schools, and they've got a lively downtown. Their downtown is just booming. All of the top restaurants are coming out there, and they're busy. If you ever go to downtown Gilbert, you'll see lines out the door. The community is just really embracing that.
Okay, so we know what hipsturbia is. We got some plots around town to take a look at, and other areas might grow into this. But if the housing is not affordable, especially for millennials, first-time home buyers, if the housing isn't affordable, who cares? Is the housing affordable?
That's a tough question. I mean, our prices are going up, supply and demand. We've got a little bit lower supply right now, but as you move out of the city, generally, yes, your prices are going to ease up. You're paying for convenience, living close to city proximity in general, and the further out you go, the more house you're going to get for your money. However, you're paying for that urban sprawl in your commute time to wherever you're working.
Right.
Unless you're working from home, of course.
Right. We're talking about millennials here, but does this also apply to empty nesters?
Absolutely. The boomers are definitely embracing this lifestyle too. They're downsizing, right? Most of their children have gone off to college. They don't want that 3,000 square foot house anymore. They want something smaller, but they still crave the walkability and the belly-to-belly communication too. I mean, I'll just say it, millennials, a lot of times we're on our phones a lot.
Yes.
And I think people want that interaction with other human beings, and we're bringing back that belly-to-belly touch, which I think is fantastic.
So again, the empty nesters originally went, sold the suburban place, went downtown. Now it's maybe sold the big suburban place, looking for maybe a smaller, but not necessarily downtown.
Doesn't necessarily be downtown, but I'll tell you what, the trend that I'm seeing is that we need elevators and we don't want to do any stairs. So a hint for developers, that might be something to consider in the future.
Well, that's a good point here. What do home builders, developers, just you folks in real estate, how do you handle this new Hipsturbia business?
Well, you got to stay with the trend or you're going to be a dinosaur. I mean, you got to keep up with where the market's going is what I'm saying. And if you look around, even where your studio is today, there's so many different areas. Just in this area.
Yeah, downtown Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, around the university, ASU, Mill Avenue, all of those areas are
you seeing
well.
Are home builders building single-level, smaller square footage homes, or are they still going for the big mansions?
No, they have to build up. We're running out of land, especially in Tempe. I don't know if you are aware of the innovation corridor that's being developed where the golf course used to be. The whole idea behind that is to be mixed use, urban development off the light rail, so we can use the mass transit system. And they're centering it around entertainment and like the experience of living in that community. So basketball games, volleyball games, whatever sport you can think of, football, all the sporting events, they're bringing in art, they're bringing in theater, they're bringing in concerts, and they're just going to drive that area into a really desirable place to live and work.
Is all of this at the expense of developing downtowns?
I don't think so. I just think we have to develop smarter.
So you're saying you can have the Hipsturbias and still have the lively, vibrant downtown area?
Absolutely. There's several cities that it's been very successful, and typically around universities. So like Evanston with like Northwestern University, or even Stanford.
Santa Clara down there, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so basically people looking for a little quiet, but they want that city feel as well.
Yeah, and there's another term too called like the walk-up city. So like places like Washington, D.C., they are going to score like the top on walk-up cities. Phoenix and our general surroundings, we're not even going to make that list. We're like nowhere close to having a walk-up city, but we're growing really fast. We have 500 people a day moving here, according to Forbes magazine recently, and so we've got to prepare for the future too.
Melisa Camp, real estate agent on Hipsturbias. Good to have you.